This year, on the 9th of May, we will be celebrating the Europe Day to commemorate the Schuman Declaration, made on the 9th of May 1950 by the then French Foreign Minister, which is considered as the founding act of what is today the European Union. United in diversity, Europeans have come together in the form of the European Union to work for peace and prosperity, while being enriched by the continent's many different cultures, traditions and languages. On Europe Day, together with EU member states, we celebrate Europe's unity, Europe's achievements and contribution to peace and sustainable development worldwide. The European Union is an ambitious and successful peace and development project based on cooperation, solidarity and common values. The values of respect of fundamental freedoms, democracy, rule of law, tolerance and coexistence. These are values that we share with Nigeria. We invite all Nigerians to join us in celebrating these values, as both the European Union and Nigeria work together to bring peace, development and prosperity to their peoples and to the world. As 2023 is the European Union Year of Skills, we will also organize an Afro-Euro Runaway, a fashion competition for young Nigerian designers. So stay tuned to find out more, and happy Europe Day to all.
Today is Europe Day, the day on which we celebrate peace and unity in Europe. Today, this peace and unity are more important than ever. We are reminded that these can never be taken for granted. At the European Union's eastern border, we are seeing a horrific war that everyone thought had become impossible in Europe. That's why, together with its member states, the European Union has taken unprecedented measures in support of Ukraine and against the Russian invasion. Yet, not only in the Ukraine, but also elsewhere in the world, the European Union is consistently fostering peace and security and helping people in need. Also in Nigeria, it supports many programs aimed at strengthening human rights, especially women's rights in the country. And with its substantial humanitarian assistance, the European Union is preventing even more human suffering in the northeast and the northwest of the country. For all these reasons, we invite you to celebrate Europe's Day together with us.
Every year when we celebrate Europe's Day, we have every reason to say that the European Union is the best political, economic, geopolitical, social and cultural construct we, the Europeans, have ever created and invented. But this is work in progress, in the best sense of this term. United in our diversity, we continue showing our strength, but we are also showing our capacity and willingness of building partnerships, especially with African nations. We have achieved a lot, actually. We are having a region prosperous and dynamic based on common and shared values. But we are also building partnerships based on these same values. Unfortunately, these values and the freedom is under threat. Today in Europe, we need peace, cooperation and partnership as we did need it a lot of time ago. And I believe that European peace, cooperation and solidarity will finally prevail, but they cannot be taken for granted, unfortunately. So let's celebrate and salute our friends from Ukraine who are currently defending with their own lives their freedom and their values. But this freedom and these values are ours too. And I believe this freedom and these values are also shared by our partners from all over the world, especially in Africa. Happy Europe's Day!
Today is the Europe Day, an opportunity to celebrate cooperation within European member states, to celebrate Europe that is very diverse, has many countries with long and rich histories, but also is able to unite and to address the present and future challenges. This ability has recently been demonstrated in a very coordinated response to Russia's attack on Ukraine, but also in dealing with environmental and energy issues. This coordinated approach is not only oriented within Europe, but also with our partners in other parts of the world, including the very intensive cooperation with Nigeria. The Czech Republic, as the country holding the presidency of the Council of the European Union in the second half of 2022, focused quite significantly on Africa. The vision was and is to contribute to the development of a stable, prosperous, healthy and educated Africa. We want to put this vision into practice through political, security, economic and development cooperation with our African partners, regional organizations and institutions, bilaterally, but also very intensively with the other countries united in the European Union. As Ambassador of the Czech Republic to Nigeria, I am proud to be a member of the Team Europe and to contribute to our great mission here and in other African countries. Happy Europe Day.
Denmark is a committed member of the European family. We believe strongly in the principles of partnership, compromise and cooperation on which the European Union has been built. The world needs a strong European Union. All over the world, the EU and its member states come together to promote important principles of good governance and human rights. And we are also in the forefront in the global fight against climate change. The ties between the European Union and Nigeria are strong. We consider ourselves as Nigeria's most important partner in terms of trade, investments and sustainable development. We value the friendship and the partnership with Nigeria, and we want to strengthen the cooperation even further. I wish all of you a great Europe Day.
What does the European Union mean to me? To me, the European Union is proof that both is possible: economic success and prosperity, and social and civic freedoms on the other hand. The European Union shows us that it is neither necessary to limit civic freedoms such as freedom of speech or opinion in order to achieve economic growth, nor is it necessary to put economic growth above social cohesion and solidarity. This is the European way of life. The European Union also is a guarantor of peace. The fact that a country like Germany, that has brought upon the world a terrible war and committed atrocity, is once again admitted again into the community of European countries and into the international community at large, fills me with gratitude and humility. This is proof that the European Union shares solidarity, joint values and trust, and that's what makes it strong. Finally, the European Union thrives thanks to the fact that it cherishes the diversity of its member states. From Poland to Portugal, from Finland to France, the European Union cherishes and uses the individual strengths of all these countries, their different languages, their cultures, and their long-standing traditions.
Dear youth, hello, and sending Europe Day greetings to Ambassador Samuela and all of our European Union colleagues here in Nigeria. Ireland is marking 50 years of membership of the European Union, a period that has seen extraordinary change in Ireland as we've become a more progressive and more prosperous country. During that time, we also like to think that we have contributed positively to the European Union and to the dream of unity in Europe, looking forward from conflict, looking forward from the strife that covered our continent for so long in peaceful harmony and prosperous harmony for all of our citizens. Here in Nigeria, Ireland is proud to be a member of the European Union, a core member of the Eurozone and the Euro area, and also a contributor and a partner with so many of our European colleagues and our Nigerian partners in humanitarian and development areas. Indeed, there's no area of the embassy's work that isn't touched upon by partnership with our European and our Nigerian colleagues. We look forward to enhancing that in the period ahead, and we're very grateful to our European colleagues and the European Union team here for their support and partnership with us. Gach rath ar an áspéisialta seo. Thank you.
On this particular day, we celebrate Europe's achievements and unity. and commemorate the signing of the Schuman Declaration on May 1950. This ambitious plan to secure long-term peace in post-war Europe constitutes the framework of the European Union we know of today. Europe remains unified in working for peace and promoting the values based on which the European Union was founded, such as democracy, the protection and promotion of human rights, as well as the defense of justice and equality. Furthermore, the EU aims to cultivate solid bonds with its international partners. It is in this context that the European Union has established a very fruitful and constructive cooperation with Nigeria in different domains. The Team Europe initiative plays a very critical role to this direction, aiming to strengthen Nigerian institutions, while also creating a viable environment for a meaningful participation of all sectors of society, including women, youth, and other marginalized groups, providing help for the vulnerable people and trying to elevate today's living standards. With this conviction in mind, this day belongs to us all.
As we celebrate Europe Day, we must reflect on our many bonds with Nigeria, since true partnerships are most valuable and relevant in these challenging times. Our relationship, and we know it, is all-encompassing, and we see it thrive when we stand together to defend the principles of the UN Charter, when you welcome our investors, when we buy our gas, when we host your diasporas and receive your students, when you invite us to observe your elections, when you share your talent and we enjoy your music, and when we listen to each other. Nigeria will soon have a new president and a new administration, and we are determined to bring a new impetus to our relations while building an ever stronger partnership. And we want to do it in a true Team Europe spirit, together, the EU and the Member States. Spain prepares to assume the presidency of the Council of the European Union in the second semester of this year. We want to recommit ourselves to this common endeavor. Happy Europe Day, Feliz Día de Europa.
Today we celebrate Europe Day, and more specifically the anniversary of the Schuman Declaration. Indeed, 73 years ago, on May 9, 1950, Robert Schuman, who was then the French foreign minister, made a declaration that is considered to be the founding text of European integration, the first milestone of our great union. Today, the European Union is much more than a strengthened solidarity between its member states. It is a fully integrated organization founded on essential shared values: peace, unity, democracy, sovereignty, freedom, equality, justice, and respect for human rights. These values are not just words, they are expressed every day through our concrete actions inside and outside the EU. Throughout the world, our solidarity expresses itself towards all our partners, especially on the African continent, because we strongly believe that our common fates and our future are tightly linked. And as we are inventing our future together, the success of Africa will also be the success of Europe. And this is why the EU and its state members are Nigeria's most important partner. So as we celebrate Europe Day, I consider that we also proudly celebrate the friendship, the multiple partnerships, and the unwavering solidarity between Nigeria and the European Union. Happy Europe Day to all of us.
In Africa, and particularly in Nigeria, the first economy in the most populous country in the continent, the close interconnections between sustainability, peace, fight against terrorism, development, progress, migrant and refugee flows, and climate change are core issues to be approached together, as Africa's dynamics, especially those of Nigeria, have important repercussions on Europe as well as in Italy. For this reason, in the framework of our partnership with Nigeria, it is also essential to work within the various international fora, first and foremost the United Nations and the African Union, alongside the EU and its individual member states. The candidature of Rome for World Expo 2030 shows Italy's commitment to offer a worldwide stage to explore together with Nigeria and the whole international community new solutions, ideas and strategies in climate change, resource exploitation, urban development and major migration flows. Happy Europe Day 2023. Long live Nigeria, long live Italy and long live the European Union.
Today we celebrate the birthday of the European Union, the dawn of the European integration. My message is very short and simple. Hungary is and will always be a reliable partner to build a resilient Europe based on strong nations. I would like to use this occasion to wish you a very happy Europe Day.
The Netherlands Embassy in Abuja and the Consulate General in Lagos have youth at heart, because young people are the future of Nigeria just as well as of the Netherlands. And that's why we partner with Nigeria to provide perspectives for young people in the areas of agriculture, renewable energy, healthcare and a vibrant civil society. Last week, we established a Youth Advisory Council to hear from young people how they envision the future of Nigeria and how best to develop the flourishing partnership between the Netherlands and Nigeria. Thank you.
Last October, the European Commission adopted its resolution to make 2023 the European Year of Skills, to give a fresh impetus to lifelong learning, empowering people and companies to contribute to green and digital transformation, supporting competitiveness and innovation. The EU delegation in Abuja is supporting Nigeria to bring about change in this direction. Among others, member states, Austria, with the Center of Practical Skills in Enugu. I laud Ambassador Samuela ISOPI and her team for the wonderful work in Nigeria, and I wish all of you a happy Europe Day.
Europe Day is about the unity and diversity of its members, democracy and common values. It is a day Europe reaffirms its commitment to peace, stability and development. In recent years, we have all faced tremendous challenges and witnessed how they can be overcome through joint efforts. Last year, Europe saw the unthinkable when Russia attacked Ukraine. Millions fleeing the atrocities of war, disrupted production chains, and human tragedy that touched not only the European Union, but many countries across the globe, including here in Africa. The European Union stands united and firm in its support for peace and security. Poland, a member state of the EU, offers its unwavering and consistent support to Ukraine. Let's hope next year, Europe Day will be a truly happy celebration. Happy Europe Day.
Europe's Day is a particularly special day to remember the importance of peace, unity and solidarity as the foundations of the European project that we should not take for granted. We are living today in a very challenging political context with significant and demanding global crises. Climate emergency is one of the top priorities for a healthy planet, and Portugal and the EU are fully committed with the fight against climate change. Nigeria is a major partner for the EU with a clear like-mindedness on the best ways to address these problems with a multilateral approach. At the regional level, we are well aware of Nigeria's role as a strong promoter of regional integration and peaceful solutions for conflicts, as well as security threats, and Nigeria's constructive role both in the African Union and ECOWAS. We aim to continue working together with the Nigerians to address this common challenge. Happy Europe's Day!
Happy Europe Day!
After last European Year of Youth, this year's theme of the 2023 European Year of Skills is more than relevant. Youth is our future, but skills concern everyone, regardless of age. The 2023 European Year of Skills will give new impetus to all forms of education, enable people and companies to contribute to the green and digital transitions and promote innovation. There is a need to support the skills and talents outside of Europe and strengthen skills improvement through programs directly in these countries, including Nigeria. These programs will enrich both sides. We cannot forget also people that are facing the horrors of ongoing war conflicts in many countries and currently have limited opportunities to improve their own skills. Let's try to improve the conditions for acquiring skills, whether in the European Union or in Nigeria. Happy Europe Day.
The European Union is all about cooperation. about pooling our resources, because together we are stronger. And this is true also for the EU and Nigeria. By working together, we can achieve more for our countries and our continents. So happy Europe Day, Nigeria. Hyvää Eurooppa-päivää.
On the occasion of the Europe Day, I'm happy to join colleagues from other European countries to celebrate the spirit of Team Europe. The European Union is a peace project, and during the last year we've been reminded of how fragile peace is, also in Europe, with the Russian aggression towards Ukraine. Sweden holds the EU presidency this spring, and the most important issue for the presidency is to maintain the strength of EU unity, both in support for Ukraine and to put pressure on Russia. Other priorities are the green and energy transition, to strengthen the competitiveness of the EU and to uphold democratic values and the rule of law. We have joined forces with Nigeria in many of these areas, and Sweden remains a strong partner with Nigeria, cooperating within Team Europe. So again, my warmest congratulations to the European Union on this day.